AppSpector. And today is a huge day actually. What's up guys, what's going on? It's AppSpector Monday. I actually decided to kind of break it down into, see, I've been having this thing in my iPad. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. I don't want to do anything on Saturday. But basically, I figured out that when you have 4 different streams that run in parallel, and I've been watching a lot of videos on this, like Gary Vee and all other people say it's possible, and they do it. But I mean, individually, you just have to find your specific approach to running all these things successfully. So I'm trying different options, and this week I decided to switch things around and start doing it in a different way. Before I was trying to mix everything together, like try to work on everything during the same day. Now I want to try to focus on one stream at a time on a certain day. So for example, today's Monday. It's AppSpector Day. Basically, here's what my day's gonna look like. I wake up around 5:30, so I have some time before my family wakes up to work, to go run, cycle, and all that stuff. But most importantly, 1 hour of reading. Usually it's Medium blogs, and I have some secret newsletters that I'm subscribed to that I read, and well, if time permits, books, and 1 hour of networking. In my version of networking, it's Twitter and LinkedIn. Then it's AppSpector right here, AppSpector. And today is a huge day actually. You know, every startup has 3 days in from the financial standpoint, 3 days that the startup is always waiting for. And I'm not talking about investment or rounds and all that stuff. I'm old school, and this is how we run our products. We usually run them as businesses from day one. So, you know, whenever we release a product, it has to start making money. So saying that, 3 days that each startup that is run as a business needs to be looking forward to, right? Day number 1 is first cash in. And today's the day. We got $89. Today we got the first payment from our first legit customer. Like, we have customers already. They're still still in their trial accounts for maybe another 2 or 3 days, because we have a 14-day trial that we're switching now to 7-day trial. But anyway, this is the first customer that paid us today, $89, and he prepaid the entire year. And that's the most amazing part about it, that, you know, we actually need to celebrate. Because one thing is when a customer buys from you, right, and he wants to try, or she wants to try it out and, you know, give it a try. Maybe you pay 1 month in advance or something like that, even though it's a subscription. But I mean, still you have options, right? Obviously 1 year is less expensive than going month by month, but not everyone is, you know, is that dedicated to using the product, and not everyone is, you know, is a believer. But this person was, and this person bought the entire year in advance. It means that the product is awesome, the product makes sense, and the product adds value to that customer's life. This is what you're looking for when you're starting a company. Second day that you're looking for is when you hit your first million, obviously. And the third day you're looking for is your exit, when you get acquired. So we've already seen our day 1, which is when you get your first cash in. And now it's just 2 days left, right? So not a big deal. So I'm reorganizing my day. Today, I want to focus solely on AppSpector. And I think it makes sense, because I'm not scattered around. Like, I'm not spreading my attention elsewhere. I'm just 100% focused. What am I working on today on AppSpector? I still need to edit a bunch of texts for the landing page, because we keep changing those, and we're updating our landing page again, because our tracking software noticed that our customers, our prospects, are spending a lot of time browsing the landing page, and they stop the part that that talks about the features, but the features don't have screenshots today. They don't have like very good representation of what those features are about. So we're adding those screenshots and some demos in there, and we also want to make our pricing page more simplistic and add some examples there, because basically AppSpector makes money and charges people for traffic, right? Because we're a traffic dependent product and you pay as you go. So basically if you use 60 gigs of traffic, you can't pay the same amount as someone who uses 1 gig of traffic. So to explain that, we need to take a really serious consideration of how we present that stuff to our customers. As far as ads, we're running Twitter ads, Google ads, Reddit ads, and I am investigating the possibilities of 7 ways to advertise online in China. No one's really thinking about this because they think of China as some encapsulated market, right? Which it is. I mean, it is encapsulated. You can't really go and advertise your stuff in China unless you have some, connections there. But in one of those special newsletters that I mentioned, I read that there are 7 companies that go outside of China and they sell ads. They sell ad space, and it's kind of smuggling your ads into China from the United States. This is something that I want to try and see if if it makes sense, if we can actually target the right audience. Because for AppSpector, because it's AppSpector Day today, our audience is startups, right? Startups and software engineering companies like Techquery, the companies that create mobile apps, individual app developers. This is my current investigation. I'm gonna work on this. Oh, by the way, one cool thing. One of our guys, his name is Ihor Kucherenko, one of our developers. He's writing a blog post, Android debug tools, blah, blah, blah. So it's really hard to get your developers, your engineers, your team to actually start contributing content. They're so busy working on the product usually that it's impossible to get them to write anything, like a single line. And this guy just said, hey, great job, and thank you for finally breaking the ice and starting to write for AppSpector, for Techquery. And then our head of HR corrected me in a private message, kind of embarrassed me. She said, well, you know what, actually, this guy has 2 books published already. We have a guy who is actually a book writer. This is one of his books, Mastering High Performance with Kotlin. To regular people, it's not going to say much, right? But if you're an engineer, if you're running an engineering company, it's a big deal, basically, to have such awesome people in your team that are not just awesome as engineers and as product developers, but just, as people who also contribute content. This is amazing. Like, the team that we have at AppSpector is just a dream team, and I'm really excited. Today's the AppSpector Day for real, not just on paper now. Well, it's funny that I call this paper, but not just on paper, but we got our first purchase today. We got our first sale. Congratulations to us, AppSpector. If you're in a startup world, if you are an entrepreneur that wants to learn the hard way, this is it, because I am that way too. I've had some success, and it's just no fun to talk about it because there are much more successful people out there like Gary Vee and Mark Cuban, and Seth Godin. Just a bunch of, people like Tony Robbins and all those people who have already achieved a lot. And now they reflect back on their achievements. My idea here is that I'll be shooting I hope that I'll be shooting daily vlogs of my daily routine, my daily grind with all my 4 startups, 3 startups and 1 tech company that's been around for a while. And all this stuff that I'm doing, including my sales calls, I want to document my journey as a startup founder, as president of a software company, and as investor. So I just want to be able to reflect back on this years later and see what I was doing right, what I was doing wrong, watch my everyday mistakes, my everyday victories, and how all that stuff was unfolding, because I'm going till the end, and there is no end.